Good morning. I'm just thankful to be in the land of the living. My last video, I was explaining how had to catch my baby daddy up on some things because he forgets with kids in the car. You can get arrested by the police for just about anything. If them kids are not strapped down good enough, or you got drug paraphernalia in there. And I was just wondering why he just didn't realize that was in his trunk. And it was a smart thing for him to take it out of the trunk and put it in his house. That's the best place for it. I just was wondering why him and Jocelyn always argue and fuss and fight when it comes to paydays. You know, he's got to be a better management of his money. It's disrespectful for her to have to text Miss Brown and talk to Miss Brown. She doesn't want to talk to her. She wants to deal with Brandon. This is his money, not hers, his. But he can do it all by himself as far as taking care of the house. But why should you have to do it all by yourself when you have somebody that is able-bodied and can work? Why are they sitting on their ass smoking weed? That don't make no sense. They have to do more with their life than smoke weed. But I wanted to say good morning to everybody. I'm waiting on my mother to get through running her bath water, and so I can take my bath and get ready for the day, because there's things I need to do that I have put off from the weekend, and now it's time for me to step up and do it. I'm just checking in because I've had schoolwork all week, and I haven't been able, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't been able to jump on here and say anything. Not even hi, boo, kiss my, nothing. This weekend we buried Miss Donna Dandridge. I just want to say to the Dandridge family, you have my total complete sympathy. My mother came to the funeral on behalf of us, and we're just thankful that our family was able to be there for you in your time of need. And I know that sometimes when it's that person's turn, we can feel like people are against us and not with us, but they're here with us. They're here with us, and they see everything. But we are extremely blessed and highly favored. There are people out there that don't know how blessed they have it. I do a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. But my life could be much worse. I could be where I don't have anything to eat. And I was there at a time where I didn't have enough to eat from month to month. And now God has blessed me to be able to be a blessing to my house. I don't like lying to my case manager like the next person. I'm a very truthful person. But in order for you to get services, sometimes you have to say, Lord, forgive me for what I'm doing. I have to do it in order for me to get services. But I've been very thankful that I have been allowed to stay here with my mom, because many people put their children out when they have kids. And even before they have kids, they put them out because they don't want to have nothing to do with it. And they think that they are going to be built-in babysitters, and that's not true. My mom is not a built-in babysitter. She can tell me no whenever she gets ready, and DeAndre can go with me wherever I gotta go. I mean, I made them, I laid there and had them, so I gotta lay there, I gotta stand there and take care of them. And I know that's an 18-year mistake, and some people say don't call them a mistake. Well, we weren't ready to be parents, and we should have thought about that before getting into bed with each other. We were not ready to be parents, and I wasn't financially able to take care of him. I didn't have all the means to go out and buy all the latest baby nursery stuff, and his dad wasn't even near ready for him. He, did all this arguing and fussing and fighting with me, from the time he found out to now about, how it was going to go and woo-woo, but he wasn't even ready for him. He didn't even have a tub to wash him in. I started off sending stuff over there for him to watch me, because he didn't have nothing, and he didn't try to buy nothing for him. And it was like, this is ridiculous. You have a child and you don't buy nothing for him? You don't make no sense. But I just wonder, because I wonder about how Duder's being treated when I'm not around. People can lie and tell you everything is going all right, but in your heart that everything's not all right, that something's wrong, and they're not going to tell you. And when you find out, it's going to be too late. You're not going to want to know then. You wanted to know now, not later. But I'm just thankful that he had, God bless Brandon, with a mind to think before going out Friday with a bone in the back of his brother's truck. You know, we already have an open DCFS case. He already has one too. And, you know, when charges are brought against you, you don't want to have any more charges brought against you than what you have. You know, when DCFS makes accusations and claims, you will do anything just to wipe that off your record. Because now I can't get a job anywhere because of this open case. And even once it's closed, I'm accused of abuse, so they think I'm going to do that to a senior citizen. I'm not going to abuse a senior citizen. I mean, if anybody I was going to really do something to, it'd probably be my own grandmother, because she be asking for me to slap her sometime. But I refrain from doing that because I have to remember she's my elder. And yes, she has an old school way of living. You know, I was in Miss Brown's van and I was telling her how my grandmother thinks that DeAndre should not be allowed to go to Brandon's house until he starts paying child support. And she said, so she believes in ripping a child, you know, taking a child away from their father and not letting them get to know their father at all because of him not financially giving and doing like he's supposed to. I don't think that's right, because even if he was giving financially and doing, he might not, you know, might not want to have nothing to do with us even if he was giving financially. You know, she said, here you have a child whose father wants to be involved in his life, irregardless of the fact he ain't wealthy and don't have a lot of money. He wants to be there for him, and she's telling you to do this because she thinks it's best for him. You know, you're his mother. And I had to use my better judgment. She kept saying, I can't tell y'all nothing, and he's going to have an ear infection more because of y'all sending him out. Yeah, sending him out in the cold is not a good thing to do with a child. But when it's that man, when it's someone else's turn to have him for the weekend, you have to be fair and just. DeAndre can't always be up under me all the time. He's got to spend time with his dad too. He's got to get to know his house too. You know, it really hurt Brandon when he would come and visit and DeAndre would basically act as if he didn't know who he was, and he would want to come back to me. He was like, I don't know him. I don't know him, so why are you letting me be around him? And I said, you know, that's your dad. And I was really hurt that I caused that. If I'd have had better decision making, I would not have ripped him away from him like that. You know, DeAndre has to get to know both his parents. And if you have a grandparent, a great-grandparent saying, hey, you know, he's not fine until he pays some child support, he shouldn't be allowed to see him. And I feel like, you know, I have somebody helping me to try to find out why he skipped out of paying child support. But the judge ruled he didn't have to pay anything. But I feel like there ought to be somebody that can contest that judgment, because it isn't fair that I don't get any money to support him. You know, I have to go to this man and beg him to buy diapers and wipes for my house until I get my own money to do what I need to do. And it's like pulling teeth with him. He don't want to do it. And then he'll grab the first thing he sees and doesn't pay his attention to, that's 96 diapers in there. You need 144 if you're going to share it with somebody else. And you need 700 wipes because you're going to have to give me some packages of wipes and keep some packages of wipes over there. And he didn't realize, you know, you can't grab the first thing you see. You have to really look at it and pay attention. You have to get the most bang for your buck, because you got to stretch money just like I do. And it's really unfair to just walk away from him. You know, he's a baby and he needs his parents. And he needs our financial support, our moral support. He needs us there physically. He needs us there mentally. He needs us to be a part of every decision that is concerning him. You know, his father worries about where he's at and what he's doing and who he's with and who is he around. But instead of worrying about all of that, try to get to know some of the people that he's around, and maybe you'll feel a little bit better with trusting them. But I can talk, I can go on and on and on about what he don't do right and what's not right. In the beginning, I just wanted to bash his head in and penalize him for getting me pregnant because I felt like he left me. You left me for a woman who claims she was pregnant by you, and your mother believed that I was pregnant by you more so than her. I had proof of pregnancy. I had a sonogram. I had a doctor that she could have called and easily asked any questions she needed to know. Or she could have came to the next visit if she really was really concerned. And the lady, my doctor could have said, yeah, she definitely is pregnant. I'm not making up stuff. But now he's waking up from his short but brief nap. And I'm wondering, has somebody got their tub water together? Because I need to get going. It's already 10:04 in the morning. I just wanted to say good morning. God bless y'all. Have a nice day. And be good, y'all. Take care of y'all kids. And remember, Jesus is the reason behind everything. And also remember that the devil is the destroyer of your life. But God can create all things possible and all things new in him. And while I'm telling y'all that, I have to encourage myself because sometimes I get down and out and want to just cuss and scream and yell, but I can't do that. I can't do that. And I have to just do what's best for me. And I thank you all for being here and have a good morning.